Hey everybody, thanks for coming to your mats today. We are going to do a flow that's focused on opening up the quads and the fronts of your thighs. So you might want a blanket. You can just grab a blanket, fold it up a couple times, and then we'll have it horizontal on your mat. So you can also have blocks too if you need a little bit more space in your lunges. So we are going to get started on our bellies. So go ahead and lie down. Take your hands underneath your forehead and just let your elbows flare out to the sides. Take a big breath in through your nose. You can sigh out through your mouth. A couple more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, feel that surface tension leave your face. And one more breath in stillness. Let it go. As you take your next inhale, go ahead and lift your head. We'll take the left arm out to a T. And then place your right hand next to your face. Place your left cheek down onto the mat. Bend both of your knees. And then you're going to roll over to your left side. We can lift the right knee away from the left and place your right foot down onto the ground. If that's not happening, it doesn't feel safe in your lower back, keep your knees stacked. You can dip your chin down towards your chest. And then option here to reach your right arm up into the sky, open your chest, and place your right hand to your lower back. We're just going to take one more big breath in here, and a huge breath out. As you take your next inhale, place your right hand down next to your face. You can bring your knees back together, and then slowly roll down onto your bellies. Second side, right arm comes out to a T, so it wants to go straight off to the side. We're going to roll the knees over. Maybe your stuff won't be in your way like mine is. And then you can place your left foot back onto the ground over here. If it doesn't touch the ground, keep your knees stacked. So you might be open in the hips or closed. And then you'll start to stretch your left arm up into the sky. You can stay right there. Or take the back of your left hand and press it to your lower back and draw your shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Take a big breath in and a breath out. As you take your next inhale, stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling and then place your left hand next to your face. Support yourself as you roll back onto your bellies. And then bring both hands in. Straighten out your legs, take baby cobra. So we're just gonna loop the shoulders up to the ears, press into the tops of your feet as you lift your chest, and then exhale, slowly lower back down to the mat. Tuck your toes, press yourself up to tabletop, and then you're gonna pull back into a modified downward facing dog. So that means that the knees are gonna be bent. Give yourself a lot of room here to press your chest back to your thighs. And then start to walk your feet up towards your hands. Your knees can be bent the whole time here. Inhale, take a halfway lift, and exhale, folds. All right, so we're gonna work into our lunge here. Inhale, you're gonna stretch all the way up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, fold all the way down. This is where you can grab your blankets. You'll place it halfway down the mat, and then step your right foot back behind you. So we start in this lunge, and then you're going to place your right knee down onto the blanket. So you might have to adjust slightly there. And from here, we're gonna work on pushing the hips forward. So stack both of your hands onto your left thigh. Now, I want you to think about turning your tailbone down. So it's like a tuck. We tuck the tailbone down and then sink your hips forward. And then you can try to continue to press forward as you breathe into this. So the breath helps to give you a little bit more awareness into where the tension is being held in your body. And then you try to breathe into that. Like, your breath's not gonna go, physiologically, it's not gonna go anywhere but your lungs, but you'll feel it moving into different areas of tightness. So we press the hips forward, draw lower belly up and in so you stay supported in the hips. And then exhale, and you can close your eyes here. Maybe your hands are on the blocks or the ground. One more inhale. And exhale. As you take your next inhale, we want to pull the hips back. So you pull your butt back. You'll tuck your right toes, elevate your right knee, and then step your right foot to meet your left and come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Second side, step your left foot way far back behind you. Melt your left knee down to your blanket so that your knee has support or feels that it's not just like pressing into the mat and there's a lot of tension on your kneecap or pressure on your kneecap. And then you're going to interlace your hands and push your hips forward. So you could stay right here, or you can lower your hands down onto blocks or the ground. You can see the lower you bring your hands, the less of an angle you have here. So if you know you have super tight quads, I encourage you to stay up a little bit higher. Wherever you are, breathe into sensation, and I encourage you to close your eyes. 2 more breaths. You can even let your head hang. One more inhale. Notice where the sensation travels to. And exhale. As you take your next inhale, we try to energize by pulling the hips back, like pull your butt back, tuck your left toes, and elevate your left knee. Step your left foot forward to meet your right and fold all the way down. Inhale, rise, stretch your arms upward. Exhale, we're gonna amplify this stretch. So you're gonna step your right foot back behind you, and let's place the right knee back down onto the block. Now heel ball toe your left foot over to the left side of the mat. In this position, you can roll to the knife edge of your left hip and sink your hips forward. You can stay up on your blocks, squeeze your right glute, or maybe you place your hands down onto the mat, or you come down to your forearms. And you might take like a hybrid. Do what feels best, we're here. Maybe you let your head hang. Relax into what you feel. So where it feels like you're trying to like tighten up and control, just try to go to the very top of that inhale and then focus on breathing all the way out. Now take your next inhale to slowly make your way back up onto your hands. If you're already there, you can grab your blocks to give ourselves a little bit more space. And then tuck your right toes, elevate your right knee, and you're gonna switch spaces switch spots, left hand and left foot, and then step your right foot forward. Go ahead and bow down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, second side. Left foot steps way far back behind you. We take the right foot outside pinky edge of right hand, and you'll lower that left knee down. Roll to the knife edge of your right foot. So we think like you're flexing the ankle here. We're rolling to the knife edge. And then you could stay up on those hands, or you can start to lower down onto your forearms. And try to relax through your head, neck, and shoulders. Soften through the back of your throat. You have one more breath here. And let it go. So you take your next inhale, lift your gaze, press up onto your hands. You can grab your blocks. We want to make sure we have enough space to get out of this. Tuck your left toes, elevate your left knee, switch spots, right foot, right hand, and then step your left foot to meet your right. Go ahead and fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale and fold. All right, take your blocks off to the side and lower all the way down to your bottoms. For the last posture we're going to do, you're going to want to have one block. You will want to have one block, and you'll lie it down. You'll take your feet as wide as your hips. We're gonna lift the hips and place your block underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum is that flat triangular bone beneath your lower back, and it feels like a flat space where your hips can rest on the block. You can stay right here because this could feel like enough, or you'll squeeze your left knee into your chest and start to extend your right leg out long. Then you can use the strength of your upper arms to pull in. And if this feels like way too much for your right hip and right quad, go ahead and rebend your right knee. If you need some padding underneath your hips, if it feels like a lot of pressure from your block, you can place your blanket over the block to give yourself a little bit more of a cushion. Take one more inhale on this left side and let it go. We'll switch sides safely. Rebend your right knee, place your right foot on the ground, and then release your left foot to the mat. Squeeze your right knee into your chest. You can adjust your hips to make sure they're level on the block, and then try to hug your right knee into your chest. And just know if you're feeling like a tight pressure in your lower back, just rebend your left knee. One more inhale here as you squeeze your right knee into your chest. And exhale. All right, place your right foot back down onto the mat. And then extend your right leg and left leg long. Level your hips on the block. Reach your arms back behind your head. Grab a hold of opposite hand and opposite elbow. You can point your toes here and let your hips, feel your glutes rest heavy on the block. One more inhale. And exhale. If you have more time, I would encourage you to spend a little bit more time here if that allows. If not, we're gonna bend the knees, place your feet on the ground, lift your hips up off of the block, lower your hips back down to the mats, roll off to your right side, use your right arm as a pillow, and then press yourself up to a seat. Take a moment to cross your ankles and bring your hands to heart center. Thank yourself for showing up. I thank all of you for being here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next week.